Welcome to the MOOCs course on Buddhist philosophy, and today's module is Mādhyamika doctrine of emptiness, Śūnyatā. The learning objective of this module is to acquaint the student with the Mādhyamika conception of Śūnyatā and its modes of explanation and argumentation. That all phenomena are empty and selfless is one of the four seals mudra of Dharma is accepted by all the four schools of Buddhism. However, emptiness is not interpreted in different schools in the same way. Emptiness can be interpreted in two ways. Things can be empty of other nature, parbhava Śūnyatā, or a thing can be empty of its own nature, svabhava Śūnyatā. Other schools accept things to be empty of other nature, but not empty of own nature. They accept at least something to be non-empty of own nature. Mādhyamikas accept everything to be empty of own nature. Similarly, emptiness is generally associated with non-existence of some kind. But emptiness, according to Mādhyamika Buddhism, is not restricted to non-existence. It applies to purification of the four extremes of existence, non-existence, both and neither. This is the special view to be realized by greater vehicle, Mahayana Bodhisattva. Two types of selflessness. Selflessness of person, Putkal Nairatma. In Buddhism, only Vatsiputriya school accepts inexpressible, inherently and substantially existent self. They say there is self which is substantially existent one, but neither identical nor different with aggregates. Therefore, it is called inexpressible. Acharya Dignaga, during his early period of life, learned under Acharya Nagadatta, who held this view of self. Mādhyamika rejects this view by saying that if the self exists inherently or substantially, then it cannot become inexpressible. One has to say whether it is identical with or different from the aggregates. If one cannot say, then it will become imputed or designated phenomena. So, in a nutshell, if it is inexpressible, then it cannot be substantially existent. And if it is substantially existent, then it cannot be inexpressible. Since substantially existence and inexpressibility are contradictory phenomena, Mādhyamikas refute the eternal self Purusha accepted by Sankhyas. Sankhyas regard self as the seer drishta of all objects. Mādhyamikas argue that the so-called permanent self cannot be the seer, as seeing involves changing from the situation of seeing to not seeing, because an object is not always there. Mādhyamikas question the identification of different parts of the body and also 6 types of consciousness with self. While questioning self, they also use the famous metaphor of chariot and its parts. Nagarjuna refuted Atman by referring to 5 alternatives concerning the chariot. Number 1, the chariot is identical with its parts. Number 2, the chariot is different from its parts. Number 3, chariot depends upon its parts. Number 4, parts of a chariot depend upon it. And number 5, the chariot possesses its parts. Chandakirti made the following 2 additions. Number 6, chariot is the configuration of parts. And number 7, chariot is the conglomeration of parts. Mādhyamika does not accept any of these 7 alternatives, even in conventional truth. Selflessness of phenomena, dharma nairatma, selflessness or emptiness of phenomena has been explained and argued out in various ways in the Mādhyamika literature. Here we will consider 5 such modes of explanations or argumentations. Let us consider the 5 modes of explanations or argumentations one by one. Number 2, the arguments for emptiness. The Tibetan scholar Taksang Lodsawa said, in order to ascertain the ultimate truth, they are arguments from number 1, the lack of being one and many. Number 2, diamond prongs. Number 3, refuting the existence and non-existence of result. Number 4, refuting the projection out of the 4 alternatives. And number 5, interdependence. These arguments investigate the number 1, nature, number 2, cause, number 3, result or effect, number 4, both cause and result or effect, and number 5, merely appearances. In this way, the view of selflessness of phenomena is established. Number 1, the argument from the lack of oneness and manyness, syllogism. All the phenomena, such as sprout and so forth, do not truly exist because they are neither one nor many. Number 2, the argument from Chatuskoti, syllogism. Sprout and so forth do not truly arise because of lack of arising from itself, being identical with itself, different, both, and neither being causeless. Number 3, the argument against the arising of something, existence and non-existence. When something is produced from others, then the question is whether the existing effect is produced or non-existing, or both are produced from neither is produced. A. It is irrational to claim that an existing effect is produced from cause, because cause is unnecessary for an already existing effect. B. It is irrational to claim that a non-existing effect is produced from the cause, because the cause is of no use for producing a non-existing phenomenon like sky flower or a castle in the sky. C. The effect, which is both existing and non-existing, cannot be produced from the cause, because both of the above mentioned consequences would occur. D. That which is a neither existing nor non-existing effect cannot be produced from cause, because neither an existing nor a non-existing effect is possible.